Hey guys, this is Pam Taylor here with BCDI Black Child Development Institute. And I want to give a shout out to all of our fellow board members with BCDI. Thank you guys so much for the tremendous work that you're doing out there, reading to all of our wonderful students in the Charlotte area and in the nation. Today I'm going to be reading a story to you by Ms. Robin Humphrey, and it's illustrated and designed by FX and Color Studios. The title of this book is Who's Watching Me? The reason why I'm really so excited about reading this book is because I personally know the author. She is the director of, the children's director with Kingdom Kids World, the World Outreach International Ministry in Houston, Texas. So I'm really excited to read this story with you today. You ready? Let's begin. Hopefully you can see this. Danny, come on, you're going to be late, Mom yelled from the bottom of the stairs. Okay, I'm coming, Mom. Danny was moving really slow because he didn't want to go to school. All week he felt someone was watching him at school. He finally got dressed and he slowly made his way down the stairs. He plopped down the table for breakfast and he stared at his food. Why the long face, sweetie? Said Mom. Do I have to go to school today? Can I stay home with you, please? No, sir, you're going to school. Hurry and eat your breakfast or you're going to be late. As they pulled up in the front of the school, Danny's mom leaned over and gave him a kiss on the cheek and said, Have a good day, honey. I'll see you after school. Danny didn't move. Danny, Mom said in a concerned voice, what's wrong? Danny had been so worried about the person watching him at school that he hadn't realized it was time for him to get out of the car. He slowly turned his head and said, Nothing's wrong. I'll see you after school. He walked slowly towards the tall front stairs of the building, and he looked around to see if anyone was watching. Everything seemed to be okay for now. And as he walked up the steps, he glanced to the side and, he yelled. Danny closed his eyes and he ran as fast as he could to the top of the stairs, and he hit his head on the front door of the school. Ouch, he said. Danny saw someone looking out of one of the school windows as he walked up the stairs. So he slowly tiptoed back down the stairs to see if the person was still there. But when he looked again, no one was there. Nervously, he opened the school doors and he went in. The hallways were filled with students laughing and talking and the teachers rushing students to class. As Danny was walking, the bell rang and everyone made a quick run to their classrooms. While on his way to class, someone carelessly bumped into Danny and all of his papers and books went flying into the air. Sorry, Danny boy, laughed a fifth grader named Evan. Thanks a lot, Danny mumbled as he rushed to gather his things. The tardy bell rang. He was now late and in the hallway all alone. As he picked up his last book, he heard something squeaking. He quickly turned around, but he didn't see anything. Then he heard a door open, but all of the classroom doors were closed. Danny took off running to his classroom. While running, he saw someone looking at him through a classroom window. Not paying attention to where he was going, he ran smack into the classroom door. Ouch, he yelled. Miss Lewis, Danny's teacher, heard the loud noise and immediately went to the door. And as she opened it, she saw Danny lying on the floor. Danny, Miss Lewis called out. I'm okay, he said. Miss Lewis, with her arms folded, looking down at Danny, sternly said, "You're late, young man." As Danny walked in the classroom, the kids began to giggle. He quickly walked to his seat. "Hey, Danny," his friend Kyle whispered. "Are you all right?" "No," Danny whispered. "I was running from the person who's watching me." Kyle knew all about Danny being afraid of someone watching him, so he didn't make fun of him. "Did you find out who it was?" asked Kyle. "No way, and I don't want to know," said Danny. After class, the boys had PE together. "Get out the basketball," said Coach Stanson. "I've got to talk to a visitor." And while Danny watched Coach Stanson walk across the gym, he missed Kyle's pass. "Sorry, guys," Danny said. The ball had rolled underneath the bleachers, and Danny crouched down to get the ball, but he saw a shadow of a man with a stick in his hand. Danny immediately ran yelling, "No! He's coming! He's coming!" And all of the children began to run around and scream. Coach Stanson ran to the middle of the gym, blowing his whistle, and shouted, "Stop!" Look at that, Coach. "What's going on?" Coach Stanson yelled. Everyone turned and looked at Danny. Danny took a hard swallow and said, "I thought I saw someone underneath the bleachers." Coach Stanson went over to the bleachers and looked. "There's no one there," he said. Then he told everyone to line up and get ready to go to the next class. While the other students were getting in line, Coach Stanson asked, "Danny, can I talk to you?" "Sure," Danny said. "Danny, you have to stop making up this story of someone watching you. It's getting out of hand. I'm going to call your mother and let her know about this," Coach Stanson said. "But Coach," Danny said excitedly. Coach Stanson turned and walked away. Danny hung his head and he sadly walked to the end of the line. The rest of the school day seemed to go on forever. Danny stopped by the restroom on his way to his last class. And as Danny was washing his hands, he heard the restroom door open. Frightened by who it could be, Danny hurried into one of the stalls and he locked the door. Then he heard squeaking noises and saw something with big wheels. "Oh no," he thought to himself. Just then he saw a shadow move past the door. "I've got to get out of here," Danny thought. He took a deep breath and he quickly ran out of the restroom into the hallway towards the main school doors. Danny was running so fast and looking back with every step that he ran right into the Principal Wentworth, who was walking down the hallway with Danny's mom. The principal helped him up and asked him, "What are you running from?" I was running from the person that was watching me," Danny said in a fearful voice. "Who is this person?" his mom asked. Danny shrugged his shoulders and said, I don't know." "Well, where are they?" the Principal Wentworth exclaimed. Danny pointed to the boys' restroom. What is going on in there? As they walked to the boys' bathroom, Danny nervously stayed behind and he watched. Principal Wentworth opened the door with Danny's mom looking over her shoulder. Danny's mom soon looked at Danny and shook her head. They stepped back and the school's janitor, Mr. Norman, came walking out looking confused. The principal explained to Mr. Norman that Danny thought someone had been watching him. Smiling, the janitor walked away over to Danny and said, "Well, hello, young man. I am the new custodian. It's my job to make sure that the school is a clean and safe place for all of us. I'm so sorry if I scared you." Danny let out a sigh of relief and smiled. From that day on, every time Danny saw Mr. Norman in the hallway, he gave him a high five. Danny will never, ever again worry that someone is watching him at school. Wasn't that a great story? Was you scared that who was following him, who was watching him? Well, I hope that you enjoyed it today. And we hope that you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we want you to take some time out to read at least 15 minutes a day. Even if you turn on your TV, put it on closed caption. Have your parents do that for you so you can read the titles at the bottom of the screen. Until next time, have a great day.